They told her she was unadoptable, not because she was mean, not because she was sick, but because of her face. She had only one eye. The left side of her face was sealed shut, healed over from a wound no one ever explained. And for 2 long years, she sat in that same shelter cage watching families walk past her without ever stopping. Children pointed, some flinched, a few asked if she was scary. And every single time, she just blinked her one green eye and looked away. Her name was Olive. She was a brown tabby with calico patches on her cheeks, a soft white bib under her chin, and a quiet way of sitting that made her seem older than she really was. The shelter staff loved her. They hand-fed her in the mornings, they scratched behind her ears at night, but love alone was not enough to give her a home. And then, one rainy Tuesday in November, a woman named Hannah walked through the front door. She was not looking for a cat with one eye. She was not even sure she was looking for a cat at all. She had recently lost her mother. The house she had inherited felt too quiet, too full of memory, too empty of breath. A friend had told her gently that maybe a small life would help fill the silence. So she came, not to adopt, just to look. She walked slowly down the row of cages. Some cats meowed, some pressed their paws against the bars, some hid in the back, unwilling to hope again. Hannah smiled at all of them, but she did not stop until she reached cage number 12. There, sitting perfectly still on a folded gray blanket, was Olive. The cat did not move, she did not meow, she did not beg. She just looked at Hannah with that single green eye, calm and steady, as if she had been waiting for her all along. Hannah crouched down. The shelter worker walked over and quietly said, "She has been here for 2 years. People see her face and keep walking. We have stopped showing her at adoption events. It hurts her too much." Hannah did not answer right away. She just sat on the cold tile floor in front of the cage and stared back. And in that quiet, strange moment, something inside her shifted. "I will take her," she said. The worker blinked almost in disbelief. "Are you sure?" Hannah nodded. She has been waiting long enough. If this small moment is already touching something in you, please stay with us. Stories like Olive's only travel when people choose to share them. Hit subscribe so we can keep finding them together. The drive home was quiet. Olive sat in the carrier with her one eye half closed, not making a single sound. Hannah kept glancing at the carrier in the passenger seat, half expecting the cat to cry or scratch at the door. But there was only silence, a peaceful, patient silence, as if Olive already knew she was finally going somewhere safe. The first night home, Olive did not eat. She did not explore. She sat in the corner of the living room, on top of a folded sweater that still smelled faintly of Hannah's mother, and she stared. Hannah did not push. She placed a small bowl of water nearby, a plate of warm food, and a soft pillow. Then she lay down on the couch, opened a book, and pretended not to watch. Around midnight, she heard a soft sound, a small, hesitant thump. She looked up. Olive had jumped onto the couch. Slowly, carefully, like she was asking permission with every step, the cat walked across the cushions and curled up against Hannah's leg. She did not purr. She did not move. She just rested her chin on Hannah's knee and closed her one eye. Hannah did not move for hours. She was afraid that if she did, Olive might never trust her again. The next morning, the bowl was empty. The water was half gone, and Olive was sitting in the kitchen window watching the sunrise paint the rooftops gold. The weeks that followed were quiet, but they were full. Olive learned the rhythm of the house. She learned that the second drawer in the kitchen made a soft clicking sound that meant treats. She learned that Hannah liked to read in the evenings, and she would always climb onto her lap and rest her face against the open page. She learned that crying was something humans did sometimes, and that the right thing to do was to press her warm forehead gently against a wet cheek. She did not need 2 eyes to see Hannah. She saw her perfectly with one. And Hannah, who had walked into that shelter feeling broken and alone, slowly began to remember what it felt like to laugh again, to talk to someone in the morning, even if that someone could not speak back, to wake up and feel like the day had a reason. Some bonds do not need words. Some bonds form in silence, in shared grief, in the way a small creature chooses to stay, even when the world has told her she is not enough. About 6 months after the adoption, something happened that Hannah would never forget. It was a cold December night. She had fallen asleep on the couch with a half-finished cup of tea on the side table. Olive was curled at her feet. Around 3 in the morning, Hannah was woken by something strange, a sharp, urgent meow. Olive almost never made a sound, but now she was on Hannah's chest, pawing at her face, meowing again and again. Hannah sat up, confused, and immediately smelled it. Smoke. The space heater in the corner had shorted out. A small flame was already climbing the curtain. If Olive had not woken her, the entire room would have caught fire within minutes. Hannah grabbed the cat, ran outside, and called the fire department. The damage was contained. The house survived. The firefighter who arrived first looked at Olive, still tucked under Hannah's arm, and shook his head softly. "Cats notice things humans miss," he said. "They smell danger long before we ever do." And later that night, sitting on a neighbor's porch, wrapped in a borrowed blanket, Hannah held Olive close to her chest and whispered the same words over and over. "You saved me. You saved me. You saved me." Olive did not move. She simply pressed her small head into Hannah's neck and stayed there, breathing softly, as if to say, "Of course I did. You opened the door for me. I was always going to open one for you." Some people walk past a one-eyed cat and see something broken. They see what is missing. But what they do not see is that the ones who have lost the most often love the hardest. They remember what it feels like to be invisible, and when someone finally looks at them, truly looks, they never forget. If you are thinking about adopting a cat, please do not skip past the older ones. Do not skip past the ones with scars, with missing eyes, with sad faces. Those are often the ones who will love you the longest, the deepest, the most quietly. Because love is not measured in perfect symmetry. Love is measured in showing up again and again with whatever you have left. Olive is now 9 years old. She still sits in cage number 12 sometimes, but only in Hannah's photographs, framed on the wall above the fireplace. The cage is just a memory now, a reminder of where she came from and how close she came to never being seen. Hannah tells everyone the same thing when they ask about her cat. She says, "I did not save her. She saved me. I just opened the door." So tell me honestly, would you have stomped at cage 12, or would you have walked right past her like everyone else? Let me know in the comments below.